mechanical pine crates. Andrew glared at Norah, then smacked her in the forehead with a magical burst of water. "Hey, there was an ember in your hair," Andrew explained. "Sure there was. Anyway, Jackie doesn't know I'm here. I walked from our apartment." "You walked? No one in LA walks, especially not to an arson." "We're not doing arson," Andrew countered. His protest was undercut when they cast anti-grav spells and vaulted over a crackling wall of fire. Norah landed hard and stumbled, narrowly avoiding grabbing a metal railing hot enough to take the skin off her hands. Racing up the staircase toward the office, a rough-and-ready ice spell protected her feet, but the rubber soles of her shoes melted and she struggled to pull them off the hot metal. "If this isn't arson, what are we doing?" Norah asked. Fire-assisted justice?" Andrew asked. "Sure." Norah kicked down the door. She saw the outline of a woman inside before a water jet with fire hose pressure punched her in the chest, sending her flying back against the staircase rail. She would have gone over it, except Andrew grabbed her, pulling her back onto the landing as he shot a shaky stun toward the water elemental awaiting them inside. The spell dissolved in another more powerful burst of water. "We're going to need backup, Uriel," Norah said. "There's not enough backup in the city," the water elemental inside the room shouted. Her voice was high and haughty. "You're not getting anywhere with your little Boy Scout fire." Norah and Andrew sheltered on either side of the doorway as a small hurricane shot through it, swirling water whipping against their faces. "Distract her," Norah whispered to Andrew and cast an anti-grav spell on her feet. She jumped, using a ball of raw magic to blast a hole through the corrugated metal over their heads. It was warm, but not hot yet, and she pulled herself up on top of the roof, relishing the cool night air. When she gave Andrew a thumbs up, he turned uncertainly toward the doorway. "Are you one of those little bundles of wood from the grocery store?" "What?" a confused voice in the office asked. "Because you're about to get burned," Andrew shouted. Norah shrugged and tiptoed lightly across the metal, hoping Andrew's mediocre taunts would drown out her footsteps. When she was above the office, Norah sliced through the metal with a thin line of fiery blue magic, lifting the circle out before it fell. The office was sparsely furnished, with only a metal folding chair for its single inhabitant to perch on. The water elemental was a small red-haired woman, wearing an aquamarine jumpsuit and a shell necklace. She leaned back in the chair with her feet on the desk, carelessly waving occasional jets of water into the warehouse beyond. She was barely breaking a sweat. Norah stepped through the hole in the roof and dropped on her. The woman's pinky twitched and water rose below Norah with such force that, for an instant, she was suspended cartoonishly in the air. A bone cracked in her chest, and it was suddenly too painful to scream. Losing her balance, Norah crashed to the floor, dripping wet. "Your pyro's good, but she's not good enough," the woman said as Norah scrambled, panting, onto her hands and knees. When she stumbled to her feet, another jet slammed her against the office wall. The floor was hot and getting hotter, moisture rising from the colorless carpet. The water elemental looked up from her phone. "I thought the great Norah Wintry would be more impressive," she said, voice laced with disappointment. "I'm Ari, by the way." "Are you watching TikTok?" Norah blurted. Ari looked at her phone. "Have you seen those videos of Pork Rind, the Labradoodle? He sings operettas about squirrels." "Yeah, his agent used to be a friend of mine." At that, Ari paused, fixing Norah with her clear blue eyes. She was desperate. Clutching her rib cage, Norah stated, "If you leave right now, I can probably get you a meet and greet." Ari's laugh was thunderous, her red hair rippling as she shook with it. "That's a good one. I mean, limitless power and money are great, but can they really compete with a meet?"